610 WTVN.
Healthy living expert Dr. Matt Chalmers on the live line right now. Dr. Matt, appreciate your time this morning.
Absolutely.
So tell me, just the people that you're dealing with, that you're talking with, what are their concerns in the middle end of May now? We're ready to turn another calendar page, get into June. There was a lot of speculation that, we might be dealing with high numbers of cases at this point. Other models say, nah, we should kind of be getting back to regular life by the time we turn the page into June. The people you talk to, where are they at right now?
Well, most of the people I talk to, since we've been talking to them for a while now, they're like you said, they're kind of over it. They've kind of figured out that they're not going to get sick if they catch it. They've been looking at all the model. Everything's been wrong so far. And so a lot of these people are starting to kind of get some confidence to go back out in the world and resume their normal life. And a lot of these people have been kind of chomping at the bit to get back out and restore normalcy.
Yeah, so talk about that. There were people that, because of the stay-at-home orders, kind of forewent their normal doctor visits. Maybe I'm a cancer person and I need some treatment. Maybe I've had some elective surgery scheduled, but because of the coronavirus, I'm not going to the hospital. Are people still delaying that kind of medical care?
Yes, I've been I work with several hospitals, and a lot of those guys are telling me that they're still way down in the amount of surgeries they're doing, and that's bad for a couple different reasons. One, if the hospital doesn't receive the income they need, they can go out of business, which reduces medical care options. But two, a lot of these elective surgeries weren't do it or don't. It was, you're not going to die today, so we can do it later. But if we don't get in and get these procedures done, it's going to become a health catastrophe for a lot of these people if they wait too long. So we've got to get them back in and start getting these procedures done. Yeah,
and as far as just going to see my GP, my family doc, you feel like generally it's safe to go back if I've got a wellness check or just a regular checkup? I'm pretty good to do that?
Absolutely. Like, a lot of these docs have gone through and done, standard things that docs already do. We already clean our offices. Everything's already really good, but we've gone back through and made extra care to those things to make sure that they're good. On the other side of making sure that it's safe, if you don't go back and get these checks, we're never going to know if you have a heart issue or a hormone issue like insulin problems creeping up on us. And so it could really lead to big-time health disasters for you as a patient.
Yeah, and so, I can rest assured, because doctors' offices, hospitals and all that, they're already probably cleaner than most places. So if I maybe have an elective surgery that I want to do, I just need my standard checkup. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty okay to get that scheduled and get her done.
Absolutely. Yeah, get in, get the health care that you need, get the health care that you already had scheduled, and just keep yourself as healthy as possible. Go ahead and do these procedures.
Yeah. So when you look at that, you pull back, maybe from a hospital perspective, because, I know here in Ohio, they said don't schedule elective surgeries. A lot of people weren't going to see the doctor, even though there was kind of a need. It was just that worry about the coronavirus. Do you think the healthcare system overall, has it been damaged? Will it bounce back? Where do you think we stand with that right now?
Well, we're going to have to see if it bounces back, but the estimates are that the healthcare system in the U.S. has lost over $50 billion a month while this pandemic's been going on, because no one's been doing anything. A lot of these small hospitals, doctors' offices are shutting down. We've had several of the doctors' offices around here and pediatricians' offices shut down because they just couldn't financially bear the cost of having nobody come in.
Right.
So we're in a tight spot.
But that's the thing. As things reopen, we're seeing that around the country. Hopeful that doctors' offices can kind of do the same thing. It's almost like, hey, if you build it, they'll come. If we let people know we're open, they're going to start coming back to see the doc.
Yeah, that's what we're all expecting, and we're expecting kind of a trickle and then a gush as everybody decides now it's safe. I've got to go back and do it. So hopefully we'll get that flow. Yeah,
for sure. So that you talk about the big perspective with the hospitals and that. What about specific doctors' offices? Have you had many reports or heard much of doctors' offices that were going out of business or on the brink because of the slowdown from the coronavirus?
Oh, yeah. We've had lots of pediatricians' offices. We've had lots of general practitioners' offices, and some of the specialty docs around where we are already file for bankruptcy because they just can't they can't handle the 2 months with nobody there because they kept all their employees and that sort of thing. So it's been devastating to the smaller businesses, the doctor's offices that have 10 or 15, 20 employees.
I got you. So when you talk about all that, I mean, ultimately it gets down to me, my health, and where I stand. If I haven't stayed on top of, issues that I have with my health, what do you think the outcome is? What might be those possible outcomes from individuals delaying their medical care?
Well, I always tell all my patients that as we get older, everything is breaking down in our bodies. And if we don't keep track of it, bad things are going to happen. So if you put off these medical checks, if you put off this medical care, bad things are going to happen. I mean, we're instances of cancer, instances of non-surgical things you can't fix anymore are going to start popping up. So it's very important that we stay on top of our health.
I'm curious, too. I've had this conversation with a few people in the last week. I mean, you think about Memorial Day weekend, which we just got through, kind of the unofficial start for summertime. And for summertime, a lot of people is like their brain goes right to the pool. Got to get to the pool. Love being on the beach. Love the lifeguards with their whistles on their finger, twirling and tweeting at kids that are running when they shouldn't be. Love the splashing. Love the fun. Pools in general, you feel like that's a safe place for me and my family to go for the summer?
Absolutely. So what we've seen from the CDC is that we now are getting the new research in that the coronavirus doesn't live very long on surfaces, and it's killed by heat, it's killed by UV from sunlight, and chlorine kills it. So everything associated with an outdoor pool is going to be as safe as you're going to get in the area. But the other thing is, especially with the children, we have to return to normalcy. This quarantine is psychologically damaging to all of us, and we've got to get our kids back out into the sun, back out into the normal world so they can kind of psychologically return to normal.
Yeah, even if that pool is crowded like that Lake of the Ozarks video that a lot of people saw over the weekend, even if it's like monster busy like that, I'm still good to go?
You're still good to go from a coronavirus standpoint. I'm familiar with that specific spot. There's a lot of dirtier things there than the coronavirus. So if you're good to go as far as virus goes.
I got you. Well said, Dr. Matt Chalmers. That is outstanding stuff. Dr. Matt, a healthy living expert here on News Radio 610 WTVN. Boy, that put that right into perspective. No doubt about it.